They got a hell of a lineup, man. The lineup is even better than I thought it was going to be because Arcia, this isn't anything fluky what Arcia is doing. He's hitting at the bottom of the order, and he looks good, man. And he looked good all spring. He worked on his hitting, the winter ball. He knew the defense was already there, and he thought if I have a chance to win a job, to win the shortstop job this spring, I need to hit. And so he's focused on hitting and improving some things in the offseason. Went to winter ball to play and really focus on hitting. And I mean, he looks good. This is a guy that had a couple of 15 homer seasons for the Brewers not too long ago. And he looks, right now he's getting some big hits. He had a walk-off to start this homestand. He had a big hit last night, driving a run. Good piece of hitting last night to go down and get one and just kind of cast it out in the outfield for RBI.
Yeah, he wasn't in the 9-hole last night, but when he's
been there mostly. Yeah.
That's one of the things about a deep lineup is Arcia gets to hit with Acuna on deck.
Yeah.
Versus being in the 6 or 7 hole with a pitcher or, back when he was with Milwaukee, might have been having a pitcher back him up.
Yeah.
Or you're in the 6 or 7 hole with another guy that's, doing a platoon thing. And so you're going to get 2 guys that you can work through. When you have Acuna behind you, you're getting something to hit. And I think he's a pretty aggressive hitter. So that serves him well because he's going to get stuff in the zone.
Yeah. I'd be remiss if I didn't point out Matt Olson right now is leading the Braves in home runs, 3, doubles, 5, RBIs, 11, walks, 10, strikeouts, 15, on-base percentage, 462, slugging percentage, 667, and OPS, 1129. He's leading the Braves in all of those categories. He's second in batting average, or third in batting average at 333, behind Arcia, who's hitting 341, and Acuna, who's hitting 340. I mean, those guys have been carrying the offense, and Riley's had some big knocks too.
But I just imagine maybe the confidence that Matt's getting from not having the shift to deal with.
Yeah.
Because if you're like 1 for 3 or 0 for 3 in a day and you come up in that 4th at bat and hit a laser to right field and there's just a random dude standing and catches it,
dude.
It's like from somewhere on the field. They just put someone randomly in right field, shallow right, and he catches your line drive that should be a single. Just what that changes for a hitter's mindset going 1 for 4 versus 0 for 4. I think getting an RBI, things like that. Like, I think a lot of lefties are going to build a lot of confidence this year.
I think it's a combination of that and the changes he made in the offseason are really he's allowing the ball to travel so much more and use the whole field. Last year he was going way back, all his weight on his back foot where the toe tap was off, and then he was like he called it crashing forward with his hands. And as a result, he was susceptible to a lot of pitches. He couldn't catch up with things that he could normally.
In the zone, diving like that.
And if you look at him this year, he's so much better balanced. And I mean, he's got a few hits to the right side, but he's also shooting some balls to the left. Like he got to hit right up the left field line.
Yeah.
So he's using the whole field. And I mean, he just looks really good up there right now. This is a guy that he keeps that together. You're talking, he could be an MVP candidate, man.
Yeah, it really, for me, the shifting, even on the left side of the field, there's going to be 2 guys over there, but they're not going to put someone in the hole. They're going to play more of a standard position or move the shortstop more up the middle. But there's just something about I bet Gallo's having a better season too. I haven't looked it up, but these guys
not much better.
Not much better. No. But guys that
he strikes out so much.
He strikes out a lot. I don't know. It's once you get a few hits rolling though, and your confidence, you start swinging free.
Yeah.
And the combination of not being new to a team.
Yeah.
Your old hitting coach would probably know these are your bad habits. Your new hitting coach has to kind of learn them, and you're trying to learn him and work together. So having comfort this year is probably a huge thing for Matt too.
And he's playing great defense, by the way, too. Yeah. Great defense, scooping everything. He had that unassisted double play the other night, that huge play where he used all his height, but he's had some great picks, man.
Yeah.
So, he's been really impressive early. And he talked about hitting behind Acuna and in front of Riley, how perfect that is. Because with Acuna being healthy, they're not going to put Acuna on if they can help it. And so he's on so often when Olson comes up to bat the first time. And then you got Riley behind him. So they're not going to pitch around Olson, You got
to come see him.
It's the perfect spot for a hitter. That number 2 spot for the Braves right now.
Yeah.
Arcia, been fantastic. Any of us who question the shortstop decision in camp right now are just shutting up because he's looked great. He's playing as good or better defense than Shoemake can play. He's played great defense, and he's hitting better than either of those rookies can hit, obviously.
I didn't realize he had such a good arm.
Yes, he's got a cannon, man.
Yeah.
He really does. I was watching him in BP yesterday, taking infield yesterday, and strong and accurate every single throw. And he works hard before games too to make every throw hard and accurate. But yeah, great range, makes every play. Really quick hands and feet on turning double plays. The turn is really athletic, and he's hitting. Like I said, he's got 2 doubles, 2 homers, 937 OPS, and he's tied with Acuna for most runs scored on the team with 10, which is only one off the lead, NL lead shared by Mookie, Betts, and Freddie.
What a difference, right place, right time can make. If the Braves signed a shortstop this offseason or signed Dansby back, and Arcia doesn't get a chance to have this year, but what this year being here and getting this chance, and if he plays his ass off, what it can change the rest of his career.
And they signed him to a 3-year, $7 million contract on opening day.
Yep.
I mean, that's nice to know you got him there. So, meanwhile,
he might regret that deal if it's a big season.
Yeah. You got the 2 kids playing middle infield down at Gwinnett, and if one of them shows he's ready, okay.
Yeah.
You got Arcia. You could trade one of them. You got it opens up so many opportunities, and it's the one position where you don't have to spend a lot of money because whether it's him or one of these kids, you're not going to be spending much money at that position for several years.
Yeah.
So that helps when you.
That feels good knowing you got him locked up cheap. It gives Grissom and Shoemake so much time too.
Yeah.
You don't like that when you're the shortstop in AAA trying to prove yourself, seeing him play like that, but it gives them time to get right.
And Arcia is a great guy in the clubhouse too. Teammates love him. Teammates love him. Really professional,
like a fun guy to go out with.
He's funny. Yeah, he's funny, but he's really professional. Yeah. Yeah, he's been around. He lost his job in Milwaukee, got traded. So, he's been through some stuff and understands it. And, he's a good guy to have there. So